So I went for the second time today to the DMV with an appointment to get my driver's license in Texas, and was denied again. Not because I didn't have documentation, but because I own a vehicle that's registered in another state. So I said to the guy, well, first off, I go to the counter and I give the girl all my information, and she puts it in a packet. She said, this is all you need. And she did ask me if I have a vehicle, and I said yes. And she said, do you have the registration? I said yes, which I do. I have it right here. And so she never asked me if it was out of state, even though I gave her an out of state driver's license. So I go back, and this guy's like trying to find any reason he can find to not give me a driver. He kept asking me questions like, well, how long you been here? I said, since January. And he says, well, how come you haven't got a driver's license yet? And I said, well, I came down here a while back, and it took me 3 months to get in, almost 3 months to get in here on an appointment. They wouldn't let me in the first time. And he says, well, that was 7 months ago. And I was like, no, I said it was 3 months ago, because this is the appointment, which would put me back in June or July. So, like I said, he was just trying to argue. He's very defensive and argumentative. Horrible human being. He's working at Window 5 in the Denton DMV, or whatever you want to call it. And so he asked me, do you have a vehicle? And I said yes. And he says, is it registered in Texas? I said no. And he said, okay, well, I can't give you a driver's license. And I said, how come the people out front told me I could come back here? Like, I gave her all my documentation. He's like, I don't know. So then I asked, let me ask you a question. What if I surrender my vehicle right now? I just go out and I have someone come tow it away, sign over the title, and let someone take it. Can I come back in and get a driver's license? He said, yeah. I go, well, why wouldn't you give me a driver's license when I own a car? Because it's not registered in the state of Texas. But you'll give me a driver's license without a car, but you won't give me one if I own a car. Isn't that sort of weird? I asked him, isn't that sort of weird? And he didn't think there was anything wrong with it. He says, welcome to Texas, the land of the illegal.